Hey guys, in the previous tutorial we talked about how to conceal sensitive data when the app minimizes and moves to the background, and we did that in the scene delegate. So for today's tutorial we'll do similar thing, but instead of doing it in the scene delegate, we'll strictly be doing it in the app delegate, where we're going to remove all of the scene delegate stuff, and we're going to show you how when you put the app in the app switcher in the background, we're gonna also conceal the data to hide the sensitive information and to show it again when the app comes back into the foreground. Okay, let's get started on this tutorial. Alright, so let's get started. We're gonna start by creating a new project. We're gonna call this one conceal app delegate. Let's create the project. And so we're gonna start off pretty much the same by modifying our launch screen. Actually, let's get the cat image onto here first. So let me pull up the cat image which was used in the previous tutorials. Here's the cat image. So now we have an image called cat, and we're gonna modify our launch screen. So add an image view object. So when we have an image view object, we're just going to center this. Center. Okay. And modify the leading and top area to 0. And instead of to the safe area, the second item would be superviews top, constant, be 0 instead of 44, and we're going to assign cat to this image, cat, and again we'll just do aspect fill. So this is now a launch screen, so let's launch the app for now and see that the launch screen is showing up. So there we launched our app, and now our launch screen is showing up. So let's check again. So once we minimize the app, it's still showing the background. So in our main storyboard, let's just add a couple of fake confidential info again. So we add a label, the same thing, name, fee, add another label, some secret number, it's 838. Launch the app, see our app, see our name and secret number. We minimize the app, it still shows our name and the secret number, so nothing's concealed yet. So since we're gonna do this without the scene delegate, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna delete the scene delegate from here because we're not gonna be using this file at all. So move to trash. In our app delegate, we're just gonna move everything that just search for scene. Basically anything that uses scene, the scene session lifecycle, we're just going to delete everything. So now all we're left with is one function, and we need to also, in our info keylist, we just need to remove the scene manifest from here. It basically configure your app's scenes, but since we're not going to be using scenes, we can safely remove this application scene manifest. So I highlight it and I delete it. So now let's run the app and see what happens. Build succeeded. Here's our app launcher. Our screen is black. The app builder must implement the Windows property if it wants to use the main file storyboard. Alright, so let's go to our app delegate. So it basically needs a window property like it did before iOS 13. So we'll have Windows property here, and we'll just configure the the initial root view controller. So we'll do that by saying get storyboard equals UI storyboard. Name of our storyboard is this one, main. Bundle is no. And if you look in our main storyboard, this is the initial view controller. So we can instantiate the view controller by saying let view controller equals storyboard dot instantiate initial view controller. So now we have reference to this view controller here. We're gonna assign it to our window. Window dot view controller with view controller, and to bring this window to be in the front and visible, we'll do window dot make key and visible. So now when we launch it again, the view controller in the main storyboard should now be our root view controller. So that should fix that error. So that did that. But we still don't have the concealer that we wanted to do. So we're just gonna do start doing our concealer and to show and hide. Similar to last time when we did with the scene delegate, but now we're gonna be doing it with the AppDelegate. So we're gonna do extension AppDelegate, and we'll just create a function called show concealer. We're gonna have a function to show, and we're gonna have a function to hide concealer. Alright, so in show concealer, we're just gonna create. Last time we had a helper, we'll bring that helper back. So we'll do a new file, new Swift file. We're just gonna call this concealer, and similar to last time, we'll do import UI kit. This. So import UI kit, and then we're gonna have a concealer struct concealer, and one static method in here, static func concealer view controller. So that's going to return UI view controller. So again, we do storyboard equals UI storyboard. The name of this storyboard is this one because we're trying to show this screen when the app minimizes. So the name of the storyboard is launch screen. So name is launch screen bundle new dot let view controller equals storyboard dot instantiate initial view controller. That's that one. Else again will be fatal error. Cannot instantiate initial view controller. So let's just call it cannot instantiate concealer view controller. Alright, otherwise we'll just return view controller. So that'll be our concealer view controller. So in the AppDelegate, now we go back to the AppDelegate, and so now that we have our concealer view controller, we'll just call this by creating concealer there's our static function concealer view controller. So now we have it, and again we're going to need to have another window on top of this. So we'll have a window called concealer window, which is a type of UI window, not that, fall. So we're going to assign we're gonna instantiate this concealer window, UI window. Before we instantiate the window with window scene, but now since we don't have window scene or we don't do anything with it, we'll just initialize it with the frame. So initialize it with the frame. The frame is UI screen. Not dot bounds, dot name, dot bounds. Alright, so that's our concealer window. And concealer windows will assign the view controller to be the concealer view controller that we've just created here. And again, to show this one, concealer window, make key and visible. Again, to show it, to bring it to the front. And again, to hide the concealer, it's just concealer window dot is hidden, and then concealer window dot equals null. So we're just gonna so when it hides, we're just gonna hide the concealer window and make it null, and when it shows, we're just gonna create a new instance of your window, a new instance of concealer view controller, assign it to the root view controller, and show it. So it's just a matter of having the couple of functions to the appropriate times to show it. So on app will resign active. App will resign active. That's when the app will go into the background. Then we'll do the show concealer. And on app did become active. That's when we're gonna hide the concealer, similar to last time. Right, let's run the app and see that it works as expected. Okay, so launch screen. Here's our sensitive info. We're going to minimize the app. There's the background. Let's bring it back into the foreground so that the app becomes active as get called. So there the information is showing again. So there's hiding and showing. Alright, so that's it for this tutorial. Very fast, very easy to do, and it doesn't involve the scene delegate. Strictly, everything is done in the AppDelegate. Just have to bring in these two AppDelegate functions. Application will resign active, and application did become active. And again, two helper methods, one to show the concealer and one to hide the concealer. And helper function, concealer, which is basically its purpose is to return the UI view controller. And we modify the launch screen. So this one is the controller that's being returned. So yeah, pretty straightforward. And that's it for this tutorial.
Alright, so that was the end of that tutorial. It was basically doing the same thing as the previous tutorial, which is to show you how to conceal the app's information when the app minimizes to the background by showing a different view controller to conceal the information that you want to hide, and when the app comes back into the foreground, it shows your information once again. So that's it for this tutorial. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.